Hello and welcome, I'm Rory as photographer, and today I'm going to be talking about my portrait sitting with the iconic actor James Cromwell. With over 200 acting credits to his name, James Cromwell has starred in movies such as Babe, Star Trek First Contact, and one of my personal favourites, LA Confidential. Made to light your inner passion, I'd like to thank John at Vintage Lamp Cam for sending me this beautiful lamp. If you would like a vintage camera lamp to brighten up your studio, then check out John's Instagram with the link below. James accepted my invitation to sit for a portrait in New York in late 2019. The portrait was to feature in my Selah exhibition, creating dramatic, meditative scenes of the sitters pausing to breathe and reflect. Lighting is often perceived as a complicated skill. As a travelling portrait photographer working on both sides of the pond, I prefer to keep my equipment to a minimum. Mastering one light is essential if you wish to understand the art of portrait photography. In testifying, I can safely say that 75% of all my portrait sittings have been done by just using one light. With a single light source and a reflector or fill, you can produce enough creative lighting options to photograph a lifetime of portrait sittings. These sittings represent the most simple form of lighting. I only used one Octa softbox and very simply a Lastalite Skylight Rapid as a black backdrop. I positioned the light at a 45-degree angle from the bridge of Cromwell's nose and began to shoot. In directing my subjects, I asked them to imagine that the world is only 1 inch in size, a small box around their head. This prevents them from making large drifts or swings left or right. In directing James, I asked him to imagine he had taken a long pilgrimage. Now reaching the end of the journey, my impetus was to capture a man of faith who is almost introspective. In arriving at the studio in New York, James had neglected to bring a wardrobe, so me and my wife Alexandra quickly mobilised. Luckily, upon a visit to Hugo Boss in Los Angeles, I'd purchased a new sweater, and James obliged me by wearing the sweater for the portrait sitting. The moral of this anecdote is that you have to be prepared for anything. Anything can happen on a portrait sitting. Governing the sitting, James quickly adapted to my direction, making these micro changes in expression to create a series of vivid and thought-provoking portraits. Lasting only a short 60 minutes, it was a privilege to work with an actor who was considered to be a grand master of the art. If you are thinking of capturing this style of portrait yourself, then I encourage you to seek out an older or wiser face. Don't be afraid to capture all those lines, scars and marks of detail with this very easy and go-to lighting setup. Sit your subject at the centre of the frame. Position your light at a 45-degree angle, use a softbox or shoot-through umbrella and go to work. I hope you enjoyed this video and I look forward to reading your comments, and don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe for more content.